Whoa. Okay.
Hey,
How's it
Kai.
been?
Oh, just hanging out with my sweet Liza. She wanted to make an early cameo this evening.
Oh, looking as beautiful as ever, both of you.
Oh, thank you. You look handsome too. How are you?
Forget about it. I'm doing pretty well, It's just the way that life goes.
Good.
But I have a question.
Hmm.
Are you ready to step away from the insanity and get back to humanity?
Yes, I am. It's been a week. Let's do it.
All right. Looks like we're here for you.
We are here for you.
So, if we just dive right in, uh any news updates from how this week has been?
I mean, it's been a week. I launched a company that I wasn't expecting to launch. So
You
that's
launched a company you weren't expecting to launch. That's a sentence. Please tell more.
yeah. So I guess in this last couple of months, I've been connecting with a lot of artists, a lot of musical artists. So we're EDM, especially like electronic music. And I have now launched a company called Amplify EDM to help artists connect, get resources, and grow and find success in the industry. And so I am the source for EDM in Austin and the area, like pretty much all of Texas is now exposed to Amplify. So I decided to start a company because it was just growing. People wanted it. They want that. And it's such a great community. Austin, especially, is a music capital. So I see a need here that I could really help help the industry grow. So more to come on that as the weeks roll on. But it's been a good week.
What's interesting about when you stumble into a company, creating a company or a business that you did not expect to build or create or establish, right? This even goes with brands, right? So I find it very funny that if you have an acumen towards a specific type of skill, practice, behavior, it's good to really lean into it because you have no idea. Like when you're in a different type of environment, than you're normally used to, how much value you're able to provide to those that do not know what you are able to provide.
It's so true. It's so true, and I feel like it's been that exact experience, you know? I just feel like every day I'm putting more of this web together. I'm finding more connections. I'm finding more people who wanna be a part of it, and I'm showing up, you know? I'm at the events, I'm doing the things, I'm connecting with people in the industry, and I'm surprising myself, to be honest. Like, I've always loved music, especially electronic music, but I never would have thought in a million years I would be able to pursue my love of music. I put that on the back burner when I was 18. I thought, "That's not practical. You will never have a career in music." And I wanted to go to Berkeley for performance. I was a musician, and I didn't. I decided to go a different route, which is still a beautiful route. I would never trade it for the world. However, now it's like I'm stepping back into that role, and feels so much like I'm back home because
Mm,
it's crazy how I'm in a completely different world than I was not even a year ago. I'm in a new country, and no, I'm
new
in a new
state, yeah.
state. That was a few years ago, I was in a new country, but I'm in a new state. I'm with all new people. I've started my whole life over, and I'm like, "Well, now's the time. Now's the time." So I'm leaning into it, and it's just finding me. So I think sometimes there's, like, a beauty in that, stepping away from what sometimes we get myopic in our viewpoints of, like, what our life should be, what we think our life should be, and reality is maybe there's something out there that's much bigger than we thought, and that's where I'm at. I'm entering into that world right now.
Ooh, there's something I want to dive into with you here.
Okay.
What is the sense of purpose? What is purpose?
Oh my goodness, purpose. This is such a loaded Liza just knocked something over.
I ask a big question and a big action happens in the
My
background.
my actually, as my devotional journal fell down, so I'm like, "Oh, what's it gotta say?"
That's timing right there.
That's timing. Purpose for me, and that's perfect. That's the sign. So, purpose for me when I purpose changes. I think purpose is not a fixed thing.
Why is
Purpose
it not a fixed thing? I swear I woke up in the morning when I was freaking 8 years old and this was my purpose and this is who I am. What do you mean purpose is not fixed?
oh,
I'm
purpose is
confused.
not fixed. Purpose is purpose is seasons. There's different purposes for different seasons, and sometimes those seasons change, and for me, purpose now is I want to help artists have a platform to be able to grow and become better artists, as myself as an artist as well. So for me, right now, my purpose is very much to help others to amplify their music careers. But I did the same type of work in different industries. It just so the purpose for me, I think really the core of it maybe has stayed the same. The core of my purpose has stayed very much, I'm a generator. I like to see others thrive. I like to like, it fills my cup to see people find success. It just I changed industry. So I guess, it's kinda maybe both. It's fixed in a way. I think we have that core of our being, of our gifts and talents. However, we can change the trajectory of what industry we're in or how we're serving with our purpose. And sometimes we lose track of our purpose. And some sadly, some people never find their true purpose. And that's why we're here for you to help you
Yeah,
find
we're
that.
here for you. Damn, that made me feel some type of way. So I'm gonna have to ask you again. Another question.
Okay.
If purpose is predicated on timing, like, then what speaks to your heart and what do you feel is right?
Well, let's
That's a tough question. I don't even know if I worded it correctly, not gonna lie.
You did. You did because I will honestly say 2 months ago, not even 2 months ago, I was completely lost with who I was. And it seemed on the surface that I knew my purpose. It seemed on the surface that I knew who I was. However, internally, I didn't know who I was. And I was searching. And then I actually saw this. It's a devotional that a friend of mine, a mentor of mine, had given me when I graduated my first self development course, and it is a Christian devotional, and she
Christian
gave me.
devotional. I am not familiar with that term. Sorry.
It's a book that has like it has it has scripture, and then it has like like a purpose in there. It has a statement of like a daily devotional.
Okay.
And then it has a scripture, and then I write on the other side, and it's like almost like a prayer journal, and I use it as a journal and a prayer journal kind of
That's like
combined.
a that's it kind of reminds me of manifestation as well.
It is. It's in a way it is, but it's more of like it's more prayer. So in this case, it's like a prayer journal, and I kid you not, I hadn't looked at it in months. I was very far from that part of my life, my spiritual health. And I looked at it one day when I was having one of these very doubtful, like I was getting really doubtful of my what I was going to do. I didn't know who I was, if I could even stay in Austin anymore. I was struggling, and I looked at that and I was like, I'm just going to pick it up and look at, and I opened it up to the page that I left off on. And the next page where I had to write, it said, it's time right at the top, like it's time. And I was like, okay. And I read it, and it was very much like affirming that this is your time to pivot. This is your time to come back to who you are. And since doing that, I've launched a company, and I've connected with over 100 DJs in Austin and around. I'm connecting in Dallas and Houston and other states or other parts of the state. And that wouldn't I couldn't have done that without if I didn't choose that trajectory, and if I didn't choose to go back to my spiritual health, I don't think I would be where I'm at today.
What does spiritual health mean to you?
I think it's the foundation for our lives. I think it's where we're sourcing our energy from, where we, have been like creatively crafted as each individuals with our own unique gifts and talents. And when we're not well in our spiritual health, we can become lost and off track of where we're supposed to be. And so I think it's very important to tap back into that and to really put that on the forefront. And it doesn't take a lot of time. I spend 10, 15 minutes, have my morning coffee, and I write in my journal first thing. And I will sit on my patio, and I do that every morning. And it's been a game changer. I'm not, it just doesn't mean everything's perfect or everything's like fixed, but you just have a better grounding and foundation for your life. And then you're able
Mm.
to step past the hardships, and you're able to, you actually, I feel like I get like divine wisdom and like downloads of what I'm supposed to do, and just like knowledge of where I'm supposed to go every day. I don't know how to explain it more than that.
I understand. Oh man, when it comes to the importance of like spirituality can be very subjective.
Mhm.
There is importance to feel comfortable it, with the actions being aligned. Your actions being aligned with your morality, your beliefs. Otherwise, even in psychology, what is it called? Cognitive dissonance, where you are acting against what you believe in.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very real.
It is very real.
I was there 2 months ago. I still
And
struggle.
I think it's a natural occurring phenomenon because the way we collectively behave, we want the best for not only ourselves but for those that we care about. There are specific deviants or specific outliers that may only be acting within self-interest at the only interested at positive outcomes for oneself, and that is more so like a short-term win or a
Right.
short-term goal. And even we can see within our culture right now that I'm not going to dive into it too much, but there seems to be more global conflict, internal conflict, and even the fact that our markets and our persons are feeling that this is not a normal time that we are in right now. We seem to be in a transitory time.
Oh, yes, very much. Yeah.
Is it your spirit that is telling you this? Is it other people that are telling you this? But there seems to be a collective understanding. This is not it.
Mhm.
There is something that's happening right now.
Yes. Yes,
We
very
can
much.
put whatever words that we want to it. And now it comes down to, how do you feel with yourself and others? Which kind of goes into our topic, right? The idea of giving, let's say somebody let you down.
Mhm.
Let's say a group let you down.
Yeah.
Let's say an organization let you down. Let's say a country let you down. What does it mean to give a second chance?
That's beautiful, by the way.
Oh yeah, did you like that?
Yeah, it was really good.
Hey.
That was really good. Because yeah, that's very, very true. To be let down, to be heartbroken, as we talked about in the past, heartbreak and choosing to overcome heartbreak, to experience getting hurt by someone or something else,
Mm,
and choosing to give them a second chance, whether that be right away, maybe it's a year later, whatever the situation. We look at the phrase "fool me once, shame on you; fool me twice, shame on me." But is that really what the truth is? Because I almost feel like if we do give someone another chance, there are ways we can equip ourselves to prepare for if they fool us again. And so we aren't going into this said relationship, whatever it is, without a backing or a foundation of this could go very wrong and could happen just like time before. And what am I going to do when it does, or if it does? Maybe it's like Bennifer, and Ben Affleck and Jennifer, like, worked things out and they had a second chance and it worked. That's a beautiful thing. So there's always that opportunity. So whenever I'm faced with, do I take someone back, or do I bring someone back into my life? You know, how can I prepare for this phenomenon? How can I prepare for this, the good, the bad, the ugly? So I don't think it's fool me twice. It's prepare not to be fooled, but also prepared to possibly have that person, you know, repeat the same things as they did in the past, but know that they are human, and then you can walk away.
makes me when you mentioned the fool me once, there's the quote, This is quite a cliche quote right here. It's
It
actually more
is.
so an abstraction from the cliche when it comes to the fool me once, shame on you. So if we start to pull up, let's just this the classic,
The Office.
Yep. And we may be over analyzing this one, but I think there is value with Michael Scott. Though it's a story, the office setting will never be that. Listen, America, the office will never be like that. The office setting was a psyop situation for you to idealize being subjugated to just get paid to do something you don't want to do, expecting to build relationships with people you don't want to be with. But that's an aside. uh,
Oh, this is why I left corporate.
but there was a very interesting quote here. Must grab your thoughts, Kay, on this quote.
Okay.
You know what they say? Fool me once, strike one. But fool me twice, strike three.
I love it. I can't even.
You know what they say?
Sometimes it's got to be a strike three. Let's be real. Let's be real, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between.
Strike three.
Strike three. There are some cases. Let's go in. Let's dive into this, Kai. Let's talk about some personal experiences.
Okay. All right.
Because recently I had a strike, or not a strike. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's. Let's be real. It's been a strike three. He owes me
You
money
know it when
now,
you feel
like-
it. When you feel it, you're like,
This is a situationship round 2. Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
Situationship round 2.
Yeah. Situationship round 2.
No, you're talking to me about a situationship. I had another conversation with somebody about a situationship today. It makes my heart feel something right here.
Yeah. Situationships. Let's share with the audience what a situationship is for those of you who don't know. But most people, I think, now have coined or know this term, and it should be in the dictionary, of a situationship being some sort of pseudo relationship with a partner but nobody knows what the relationship really, the purpose of it is, or if it is or if there's a lot of healthy communication going on, or if it's a hookup base, whatever it is, or if it's just a lack of someone's wanting to commit to someone. That's a situationship. I was in a situationship recently, and I realized where this person was and where I was. Totally fine. Different places. I was left depleted, completely emptied of any energy at all.
Damn.
Yeah, it was rough.
You have no idea. There's somebody on my mind right now. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. There's somebody on my mind that complained to me about a situation to me. Okay, no. Let me be PC. She put her feelings forward about a situationship that she was in.
Mm-hmm.
Complaining that's such a negative term. No. Feelings are valid. Feelings are valid, okay? How we feel about these situationships. Please continue.
And sometimes we just have to get it off our chest to be able to actually digest what's going on and make a change if we have to. So if she has found something out of that conversation that brought her a realization of, I need to exit this, or I need to make a actual decision here, great. I was in a situationship recently with a gentleman who had struggles with addiction. Yep.
Fun.
And it became a very apparent that I was like drained. I was exhausted emotionally, physically. I was just completely I give my all when I care for someone, if whatever the state of the relationship is. If you're in my life, I give you all of me. I give you resources. I give you love. That's how I am. And most people, I feel energized. I feel like I want to give, but then there's occasionally somebody who's more of a toxic person. And we all have this. And I mean, I could probably have been this for other people. It just depends on the people we're dealing with. And so this said person, I had to tell him, I cannot see you anymore. And like, you have to fix you. I can't fix you. You can lead a horse to
Wait,
water.
did
can't-
you literally tell him this?
Not in these words.
Oh,
When I saw him, he was
damn.
strung out on ketamine when I saw
Yo.
him. So there wasn't a lot of words, and I wasn't planning on seeing him.
Was it more like an abstracted message?
Yes, I looked at him and I couldn't say a lot to him. He was under the influence. I could not say a lot to him. And so I just kept it very light. And at the end of the conversation, like I had felt closure because we hadn't been talking for weeks. And I saw him and I wasn't looking for him. He was at an event I was at and he was there and he came up to me and he was under the influence. And I just went into like overdrive. I just went into, okay, we have to handle this conversation. And at the end of it, I was so worried about him. I was so worried about his well-being. I gave him this big hug because I didn't know if I'd see him alive. That's how it was.
Whoa.
I did not know if this would be the last time I saw this person.
Yo.
That's how that for me was like, okay, I'm going to hug you. And this is the last bit of love I'm going to be able to give to you. Because I don't know I don't know where you're at right now. And I can't do anything about it because this is your journey and I've given all I can. Right? I wrote a song.
You wrote a song?
Lyrics are right here. This song is about anybody who's watched someone that they care for go through something like
yeah, no, I would if I were by you right now, I would give you the biggest hug. But damn.
Well, I got a song out of it, and this is a reminder to myself to say I can only love you from afar, right? I can only love you from afar because what I was doing was depleting me and it was enabling him. It wasn't helping.
Would you like to share it?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah. I can share a few of the lyrics. I'll share a verse or two. Okay.
You wrote this.
After dealing with him, I don't rarely have an emotional response. I don't really cry, and I was crying, and I poured this out in 30 minutes.
Damn.
Yep, and there's melody. It's not fully written yet, but so it's the tears roll down my face. I saw you in your pain as you pushed me away. I can't hide from my premonition of losing you to your demons within. I can only love you from afar. I can only love you from afar. The pain is too great, causes my heart to ache. You know I can only love you from afar. So that is the first verse and the chorus to that song. So that person has recently been back in my life.
Oh.
Yeah. And this person I care for deeply. I mean, I care for deeply, and especially people who are hurting. I see this person's beautiful soul. That's another lyric in there. I see this person's like who they truly are underneath it all. Yet that isn't accessible right now. And I can't change that. And that's where I had to step away. He needs to change that. And so he recently came back into my life and I had to make a choice. am I letting this person back in, knowing what the experience has been? And what am I going to do with that? So second chances. And it ended up being
Fuck.
it's the exact same. It is
It's that
yeah,
kind
he
of
owes me
deep.
money now. It's a thing.
And now,
So yeah. So I made a choice though, but I went into this choice. This is the part of fool me twice. I chose knowing where this person has been in my life. I chose to allow them back into my life, knowing this could go really wrong or it could go right. I hope it goes right for him. And I learned a lot the second time around that, yeah, I can only love him from afar. And that's why I wrote this. This is a reminder. Kay, remember.
what should you remember, Kay?
I can only love him from afar. I cannot let this person back into my life intimately or at all into my circle of friends. If I run into him, I'll deal with it. However, I had to learn that twice. It wasn't shame on me. It was, I actually had to learn it twice.
Damn.
And now I realize, nope, I can love him from afar, which means no contact. Very, very little.
All right. Men, boys, if you happen to be listening to this, this is an opportunity to learn, right? Whenever, oh my God, whenever if you're a dude that's always chasing power, the good feeling, dopamine, like, again, this is I qualify this as a very American problem. How do you feel about yourself? How do you show up to the world? And are you proud of how you show up? Are you going to be proud with the relationships that you build? And not everybody wants kids. Economically speaking, it's not practical right now, but let's say you had a son and a daughter. Who are you? What kind of father are you? Because sometimes you have to reparent yourself.
Yeah.
Whether you have kids or not. You have to look internally. Damn. It's okay though, because there's always an opportunity to be better tomorrow. And there's an opportunity to be better today. It's not easy, because there are incentives for you to be the worst version of yourself.
Oh, so many.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do that. It sounds so cliche. Otherwise, you're just going to start chasing your past and like, remember the good old days? Remember? Oh, you want to talk about our feelings? Remember when we were having a good time?
Isn't there a cognitive bias or something that's like around like the good old days with reality? It's like they weren't
nostalgia. Oh, you want to be Disney? You know
yeah,
Disney.
It doesn't
You want to be
exist.
Disney?
Look at the realities of your shit. Like,
hey, this is a South Park reference to those that actually understand. Hey, remember remember the Titanic?
Oh, it's true.
Hey, remember 9/11? Wow. Hey, hey, remember high school? Oh, hey, hey, remember college? No, see, it sounds like bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Because here we are right now. Do you want to regress? Do you want to fall back into the past?
No.
Some little ASMR here.
Yeah, you've got a good voice for it. You should do like romance novels on Audible.
Remember? Do you remember? Remember when you felt so good in the past? I can promise you a future that you'll never be able to receive. You want to buy into it?
That was good. Yeah.
Men, boys, nah, we got to be better. None of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I'm
true.
sorry. I'm not. No, well, I'm not sorry.
No, I chose it.
I'm not sorry.
No.
Wow, why am I sounding Canadian? I'm not sorry, but I'm not sorry that you experienced it. I think it is a valuable experience to understand the landscape of how different socio-economic dynamics, socio-gender economic dynamics are currently working right now.
Mhm.
I think there's a lot of politics that go into it, but forget about it. Maron, forget about it.
It's true. It's true. I mean, it can be on both sides. It can be it's again the cycle of where we all are. We all are on cycles, right? And if we keep repeating the same cycle of whatever we're going through, we're not going to see different results. If we think we're going to see different results by continuing the same cycle, that is the definition of insanity. And we all like we've heard that one before too. And it's if said person continues that cycle, that's his choice. I have now given him the cycle the cycle once and then I chose again to try again. I thought, okay, let's see. Maybe he's changed. I gave him that benefit of the doubt, but also went in knowing that it could be the same. And so I think, I went in with a mindset that was like, okay, I'm going to meet him where he's at, but if he's not where I think he's at, that's okay. He's where he's at. I can choose to step away. And that's what I did. It was that simple. I see the same patterns happening. I've already made peace with the fact that I may never see that money again. I've made peace with the fact that I've given my all. Now I'm washed my hands of it. He can do what his life is. I just had to say no more.
I understand.
And I have no hard feelings.
I've been in a similar situation. Hey, actually, Kay, I have a question. This is probably gonna make you feel some type of way. What if it was me? What if it was me?
I didn't. Okay. I didn't. Oh, you knew you were saying when you said that. That's a tough one to answer. That is something that. But like,
It is a hypothetical.
okay.
So here's the thing, right? I think hypotheticals are generally bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
I've whipped out a bullshit question.
Yeah.
It's very much bullshit. Like,
bullshit question.
hey, what if it was me? But it's not.
It's not. 'Cause
So
we're
why are we
here.
thinking about this?
Because
It's
we're
like,
here. Like it's hard. I couldn't even. If it was you, we would have went our separate ways 2 years ago.
yeah. It's like imagine Galileo.
Mhm.
You asked him, what if the apple never dropped on you? But it did.
But it did. There's just like
What are you asking me?
the
That's
alignment.
a
It's all
bullshit
about.
question.
Yeah, it wouldn't. It would have we would have parted ways 2 years ago and never talked again, or never had a relationship or friendship. Like it just wouldn't happen. But because who we are dynamically, how we interact is we're like super close friends, and we always come back to the like our groundedness, and our groundedness aligns. I think it's alignment in a lot of ways of where people are at and where people are in their life. And like we have always had that way of just kind of finding our friendship, always coming back to the same place. And then this case with this person, we weren't on that same level. You and I are like, we were here. And that's why we're doing this. And that's why we have such a dynamic.
In fact,
Yeah.
we were here, and that's why we're here for you.
Yeah, we're here for you. Always here.
So, when it comes to this topic, there's so much to it. Let's change up the tone here, right?
I know we're getting pretty heavy.
Yeah, there. Like we could whip out all the facts, sociological facts, socioeconomic facts, now just like just spit out like this is what's up, and then no, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun right now. There is a channel that does have fun with social dynamics.
Okay.
The channel is called Jubilee. There is a specific video that I was very curious about that maybe we go over. It's called If Couples Were 100% Honest with Each Other.
Okay. Let's watch it. Oh, this is good. This could like be couples. It could be business relationships. I think honestly, like, okay.
You can abstract it.
You could
You
take
can
it however
minimize
you
it.
want.
Whether it be with your child, all the way to your intimate partner, all the way to a business partner, all the way to even like on a, oh my God, now I'm geeking out. Macro scale, the relationship between two nations, two countries, two states, or just your best friend.
All right, let's watch it. And I'm gonna get a little more wine, and we're gonna watch this thing.
All right, no worries. Just get it as I'm getting set up here. Oh. I'm gonna be changing up the vibe here because the blue lights. Look, the blue lights are nice, but it's so. Give me a second. All right, done. You like how quick that was?
Ooh, look at the vibe change.
So we're going to be taking a look at is if couples were 100% honest.
I would still be married. Maybe I wouldn't have actually got married to him. Maybe he wouldn't have wanted to marry me either. Okay. We get
Ladies and
real.
gentlemen, this is where like I like to do my riz where it's like, well, listen, marriage is a commitment. Hmm? I will refuse to marry anyone that I'm not honest with. Huh?
That's
You
actually
like that sound of that?
That's smart, Kai. Maybe I should have married you instead.
Oh my God.
It's not a
thoughts.
proposal.
Just the thoughts. Oof.
Could have been good.
It would be great. I'm just saying it would be great.
It would be great.
All right. So as I as I bring up, let's see. Let's bring up the video. It's always so interesting because, like, let me. Am I able to adjust this properly? Because let's.
Oh,
see.
to make it bigger. Yeah.
See, this
Okay.
is that I can't see it right now. Is that
Oh.
you know what? I can now see it.
You
I'm
can
here
see
with
it?
you.
Okay. I could send you a screenshot if need be.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you here. I can see now. Ready?
Si, senor.
All right. Jubilee in collaboration with Split Decision.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3.
I need direction with that. I want to know exactly what you're comfortable with.
So you're a little scared to like make that move?
Yes.
Okay, well, I've been waiting for you to make that move.
Hello and welcome to Split Decision. Today, we brought 4 straight couples into the studio to ask them some of the toughest, most intimate questions they have ever been asked. Forget your partners behind you, go with your gut, and most importantly, be honest. Question number 1. I've faked
Kai,
an orgasm with my
it. Let's do it with them as if we were together.
I faked an orgasm with my partner.
Okay. I guess we can't.
I
do
have.
it.
I have.
I have actually.
Yo, if
You faked an
I faked an orgasm. Hey, dudes, women, it's okay.
Yeah. Happens to the best of us.
Best of us, worst of us. Look, what's the amazing thing about faking an orgasm, right? Is that you are paying attention. I believe you're paying attention to how the other person is feeling.
It depends on why you faked it. Did you fake it because you didn't want to have sex anymore, or did you fake it because?
Whoa. Okay.
Okay.
that's a different
Why
story.
did you
Okay,
fake?
that- I only fake orgasms if I want the other person to feel satisfied.
Did you know if she had an orgasm?
I mean, I could feel it, but I wasn't there. Wait. Okay, let's take a step back. Maybe that was a bit too PG-13, maybe R-rated right there. Let's listen. Yes, I have faked an orgasm when I felt that they were orgasming in order to
So it was like orgasming together.
yeah. It honestly, like,
You wanted to like have that sensation of that.
if I'm faking it and it's at the same time, right? I am aiming to make my partner feel the best they can. Because personally, when I am there and they're also there, the vibe, it's nice. Maybe I'm wrong, But if anyone says that like, oh no, don't fake an orgasm on me while I'm orgasming, no. Let's take a step back. We all dream of the moment, and we all aim for the moment that you both hit it at the same time. I
Oh, it's
rest
a
my
great
case.
moment. Yeah, when those things happen, it's great.
If it's at the same time, truly, it is a different kind of crazy. But
Yeah. Okay.
but that's when I fake an orgasm. How about you?
I faked an orgasm when I know my body's not gonna like.
You're not there, huh?
I'm just not. It's just not gonna happen. Like sometimes if it's after a couple drinks, like I'm in my head a lot, and it's like if I'm not in the right spot mentally, like for me, sex is like 80% mental, 20% physical, and that for
Yeah,
me
because
is.
you're a thinker. I'm a thinker too.
I'm a thinker and I can get in my head, and then I also attract thinkers. And so I almost have more stimulation in a really good conversation that's going really well. And sex is kind of like,
The
I don't want to,
cherry.
yeah, it's sort of like,
No pun intended.
like, then so then it really depends. And it really is hard for me intimately to allow that to happen. I have to be with someone for a long time for that to actually occur in that way. So I faked it to just, he's putting in a lot of effort and I'm not there. And I'm like, I know I'm not going to be there. So I don't like to do it. I've done it. Sometimes I'm honest and I'm like, it's just not going to happen. I just like, it's not a bad thing. It's literally my body is just not allowing it to happen. So
Not just your body, it's like a holistic mind, body, soul,
everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes if sex is just sex, I am less likely to orgasm. If sex is intimate, love, deep, trusting, then I'm more likely to orgasm.
Yeah, if it's more utility driven. That's such a reductive way for me to put it. If it's like utility, like someone's just trying to get off. Someone is just trying to get off.
And like in my 20s, in those like years when I was, in that like phase of life, it was most oftentimes a letdown. And then I ended up actually going celibate for a year because I needed to like knock that shit off. It wasn't getting me anywhere except heartbreak. And so I had to choose again to remove the heartbreak. And so I shut that part down because it wasn't going anywhere. So why would I put myself in the same situation over and over if it's not going anywhere? And I shouldn't say over and over. That makes it sound really bad.
No, I think that's good.
It's true. We're dating,
Sex is a tool. It is a function. It is an outcome in a relationship, an intimate relationship, because that's where it starts to become intimate. Because you're probably like, I mean, hopefully, maybe I'm just imposing my beliefs. Where, if you get intimate with someone, you probably have there's levels of how you feel with each other in more ways than one. However, if it's just to get off, it's the most PC way for me to say it. If I'm going to be more brash, to truly orgasm and have a moment of ecstasy. If that's the purpose.
Yeah.
Then
riddle me this,
what
Kai.
the fuck? No.
Riddle me this. Riddle me this. Okay. So when you are, say, getting into a romantic relationship with someone.
Okay.
And it's going well, and there are obvious connections there. Yet one partner once that moment happens and that partner almost gets like scared of the feelings, and then they shut down and they ditch out. And it's like, whether it be male or female, it could be either or. I've been on either side of that. And what do you think about that? Like, is it
Fear of feelings or commitment.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it.
That's true.
I don't know what else to say. I would love to provide more to it, but that's it.
That's as simple. No, I like simple. Simple is good.
Let's
Simple
keep
is
it simple here.
keep it simple.
Yeah,
All
it-
right, let's hear if these people have faked an orgasm with their partner.
Partner. Make your split decision in 3, 2, 1. Okay, go ahead and turn around.
Dude.
None of the guys have done it. Makes sense.
Can guy even
You've done
fake
it.
orgasm?
You were my first, like,
What
so
the fuck
in the
is
very the
happening?
beginning of our relationship.
Yeah.
Wait, they're
They're together.
I thought these were strangers. What is happening? What?
No, it's 4 straight couples.
But wait. The criticism immediately is coming in. All right.
It was hard for me to get into it
Yeah.
in like the beginning.
Did you know, first of all, that
I did.
Oh, you knew she faked it.
Yeah, I did.
How did you know?
It's pretty fake. So.
I don't fake it now. I promise.
We met during high school.
Okay. Let me
I
see.
had no idea.
Okay, first of all, let me be frank about sex and communication.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
communication for me is my number one. If someone's not communicating, that is still communication. So I like talk. I like to talk about sex. I like to talk about what expectations are. What do you like? This is what I like. And during sex, I am known to strike up not just a casual conversation, but I am like gonna say,
Let's get it. If we're not having fun, what are we doing?
like, yeah, it's supposed to be enjoyable. If something's not working, I'll be like, turn me over. Like, let's try something else. Like,
I will honestly pray for the people that honestly just do the weird and then like somebody's not satisfied and they never talk about it. And then it's just that
It
for the
can
rest of their life.
divide a relationship because then there's resentment, and it's like then you have to sneak away and get your vibrator, and then that's not fun. And it's like,
And that's also what leads to cheating. That's also what
Yes.
leads to like you pursue other things.
It's a slippery
Feels
slope.
bad. Feels bad.
Feels bad.
I'm just so shocked. If couples were 100% honest.
Yeah.
Now I get it. So these
But
are
when
couples.
it showed them as a couple, I was like, oh,
I thought these were strangers. I thought like
oh, yeah, no, I just didn't picture them as a couple. It was kind of funny. I was like, oh, okay.
I didn't picture. I thought no one was related to anyone.
Yeah, I was kind of like,
That's wild.
okay, let's hear what they have to say.
Well, like sophomore year, we've been together for 4 years and married for 2.
Jenny,
He actually was not very good at the beginning.
he sucked in the beginning?
Not anymore though. Not anymore though. I think that our sex life right now is pretty compatible. But when we first started dating, like 4 or 5 months in, yeah, I was doing that for like
Yeah.
that time period.
All right, and now I need to pause on this one. So, sex gets better with a partner that you have sex with more and you're willing to explore more.
Yes.
Simply put,
Just
when
like
you
dancing.
understand. However, when there is a party, one of the parties that are not willing to pick up what the other is putting down at all, nor talk about it, things just get, it's just shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I would eat the booty if my partner asked me to. Okay, make your split decisions in 3, 2, 1.
Okay. What would you say? I can answer first if you don't
You
want.
go ahead. I'll
Yes.
answer. I got some thoughts.
Yes, but did you shower?
They're okay. This is.
That I have contingencies.
I
have
once had a
contingencies.
guy just go straight for the ass with his mouth, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Like, I was not prepared for that.
Did you stop it?
I did. I kind of like, I was not into it, man. Like, I was like, this is not my vibe. I'm more of it as an exit only. Let's just not go there. But if I know I'm going to be intimate with somebody,
Whoa, okay. So this is probably going to be a part of the stream. My God, all right. I have to ask you. So exit only, huh?
I just, yeah, I can't.
That's fine. That's okay.
Yep.
That's okay.
What are your thoughts?
Exit only.
I have to be prepared and knowing that I am going to be with a partner, and it has to be a very comfortable partnership a long time in. If any booty action is going to happen, it's just not my vibe.
So these are my contingencies of how I go about that. And then if you ask me, I also have to be willing.
Okay.
And then there has to be preparation. Simply put.
Yeah, this is true.
That's it. That's as simple as I can keep it.
I think our channel is officially R-rated.
This section right here. We did not market this. so
We've
it's okay.
covered a lot of conversations in this so far.
I said this is more of a fun one. There are a few people that I know would get off to the. Okay, well, I maybe misspoke. That would enjoy this content.
I mean, it's real content. How
It's
many
real.
people have faced or have not faced something of this nature of, say you go on a date or two, or you're in that first month or whatever, and you come home with someone, or you're in that first month of marriage, wherever you're at in your relationship. These
Marriage, dating,
these things are going to come up, people. Like,
craziest situation I've ever been when
I am listening now.
when we were just like I'm like okay, I'm willing to hook up, but I honestly don't think I'm quite there. I was the guy that was like, yo, you're really coming on to me hard. And she said anal, and I was just shocked. I'm like, I don't know you.
Yeah, I think
I don't know you.
anything booty play is like, for me, it's like you have to
There
know
are
it
degrees.
well.
Like, what? You want to go straight to the end zone? I was just shocked.
Wow, guy. Oh, wow.
I didn't follow through with it because I just couldn't.
I honestly, that time that I was talking about too, I just couldn't. I was like, dude, no, like, we just had tacos. Let's not,
But
let's hear.
if
Let's
it's
hear
my
what our-
partner, I would literally just ask, "Did you shower?" That's it.
Okay, turn around. Very, very interesting.
Very true. Yeah, very. That's what I was thinking. Let's be
You're the only
real.
one who says yes.
For a little ass, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Have y'all done it?
No.
Do you want him to ask?
No?
I've
Okay.
never asked. but
Ladies,
it's
no?
happened.
He asked you to. He's asking you, taking the initiative. He said, babe, please.
Yo, dude, I'm having a bro moment. I've never asked my ass to be eaten. It's just happened. Okay, that's it. I've never asked for it.
You've never asked for your ass to be eaten, Kai.
I've never asked for it. it just happens.
Just happened, huh?
Yeah.
I believe it.
Or you did.
You already did.
I have asked.
And I
You've
said no.
asked.
So
No success.
We've been together for nearly 11 months now, and we met through Hinge.
That's not a long time.
I spent a long time trying to find like the perfect thing to say to catch her attention, and I got lucky.
I wish my partner were more kinky and would take more risks in bed. Make your split decisions in 3, 2, 1.
Hell yes.
Okay, go ahead and turn around.
Everyone, here's the crazy thing about this, right? If you're saying yes, then fucking grab it's put in the heart. You
Yeah.
care about the sex, put up an idea.
I
Okay.
agree. I
Let's be a capitalist about this, all right?
like take initiative. There are so many times I'm very expressive in that way. And
You want to have some fun?
I like fun in bed. I do. And when someone is like I feel like the men I've met in my life are scared to like do fun
The puppies.
stuff.
The puppies.
And I'm like,
I qualify them as
I
puppies.
get bored and complacent and shut down, and then I don't want sex at all. It's either all or nothing for me. I'm like, let's have fun. Let's have a great intimate relationship. Let's explore. Let's have conversations. Let's laugh a little bit. Like if stuff is weird, let's laugh. And like, who gives a fuck? But it's like, I feel like so many, and I don't know if this is a men thing. Maybe this is a good question for you. Men's egos in the bedroom. Do they get broken very easily if something goes wrong? Or like what is it with guys and sex where if something doesn't go perfectly, whiskey dick happens, whatever, like who gives a shit? Like
I actually see because now I'll let you finish the question. Sorry.
do men's egos get bruised in the bedroom if they feel like they're underperforming? Even
How secure are they with themselves?
most of the men I'm with are very insecure.
Feels bad. Most
I
men are
know.
insecure. Realize I'm one to say that while looking at my nails and just being like, yeah, most men are insecure, but I can perform. You see? It's just that. It's just that feeling right there. Because a lot of men are desperate. When they get sex, it's like giving a dog or a puppy a treat. No. You're approaching it wrong, right? You're approaching it wrong. It is a give and take. It is a relationship. Imagine because they're looking at sex as a transactional action at that point, right?
Yeah.
And if they do not provide, that means they got a lot of other things they probably can't provide.
You know, this is true. This is a really good point. This can be a key for us because, like, a lot of the times I feel like us, like, I don't know, I'm speaking for myself and maybe other women that, you know, when that threshold is crossed and then all of a sudden the man is like gone or ghosted or like acting weird about things. And I'm just like, if there was like a hiccup or, you know, I mean, when you're just dating or just married, just like whatever, you're just into the relationship with someone and it takes time to develop sex. It takes time to develop like an intimate understanding of one another. And if that intimacy level is given up on too soon, it like you're kind of losing out. You're losing out of what a beautiful intimate relationship could be. And it's a huge part of a healthy relationship. And so I don't know. I just feel like,
What's the purpose at that point? Like,
yeah,
you know, sometimes it even goes back to the previous question. Like one of the previous questions where I can fake an orgasm. I am able to perform in order to make sure that you feel good, because that's a different kind of intimacy. And I believe that a lot of men Am I being anti-man right now? No.
Mm-mm.
It just comes down to self-awareness.
Mhm.
Just because you bust a nut doesn't mean it's good, okay?
That could have been a rap song.
Doesn't
Just
mean
bust
it
a
was a
nut.
good time.
Yeah, it's so.
Your
Oh,
goal with sex is to create an environment that you can get intimate with one another. You do not have to finish. You can take on the role of being the person. Look, people are horny. It's okay. You can push and create that role to make sure that they feel good. If they want to reciprocate, that's okay. But at the end of the day, even if they want to reciprocate, maybe you were not even there in the first place, right?
mm-hmm.
Because then you get like, I was never in the mood in the first place, but I wanted to make you feel good. That's a different. See,
That's a whole nother conversation.
that's called love.
Yep.
Okay? I wanted to make sure you felt satisfied with what you were feeling at that moment.
Yeah.
Back and forth. And then also, like, obviously, the goal is like both of you hit that goalpost. That's always the goal. But it's not necessary.
It's beautiful when it does happen. And I think couples can work to that point if they're both willing to just give a little, like they're willing to experiment and grow to that. It's not going to be the first time. The first time is usually not the mind-blowing sex. Those are something you're built to, because there's such a difference between just like the act of sex and then making love. Making love is it's communication. It's
so
nonverbal
different.
communication. Sex is communication to reach a goal of intimate satisfaction, intimate connectedness. It's supposed to be a beautiful thing between a couple. That is exactly what sex is for. Let's hear what our couples have to say here on the video.
Will do. And then as we approach the hour here, we may have to fast forward.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, we're coming up on the hour. Yeah.
Let's go towards this.
In the moment, and I don't mind it.
This question.
You both think you're better at. Okay, go ahead and turn around.
What was the question? Oh my God.
Broke up and
Been together ever since.
Yeah.
I'm better at sex than my partner.
All right, let's do a quick one here. This is so subjective.
Oh, yeah.
If you feel like you're better at sex than your partner, that's an ego thing, okay?
Yeah,
It's an ego thing, and it's a timing thing. How long have you been having sex with that partner? That's what I'll say, because that literally, the question inevitably does not make sense.
This is I've never in any of my relationships have thought really of this. I mean, I'm very
How do you measure? How do you measure?
how do you measure? Because I just feel like I've had different partners who are, I mean, it could be anatomically a better fit. It could be emotionally a better fit. I don't ever think of myself as being better than someone in bed, though. Like, I think of myself as I like to match, and I like to match with them,
It takes
because
two to tango.
yeah, it's like a dance. Like, I'm not going to be spinning circles because I want this to be together.
What happened? What happened to people? Why did we get confused about sex? When did we get confused?
That's a
about
big question.
When did we get confused about all this? I'm so confused.
Oh,
I'm confused by this question. This question is just a bad question.
It's a really, yeah, yeah, I have never thought about this question. I've always thought of myself as how can I create a great experience with this person?
Yeah, isn't that the purpose?
That's the purpose. I've never thought of myself as like a superior. I've enjoyed sharing myself and my creativity that way as a gift, as a love, as a caring, but I've never thought of myself as like I'm better in bed.
All right, I'll say it. Whoever says yes to this, they're just a dom, and they see sex as a as a purpose, as a function,
Mhm.
or an action to impose their will or power over another.
Yeah,
See it.
let's see what our couples are doing.
Make your split decisions in 3, 2, 1.
I would love to be the moderator.
Jesus
Okay, go ahead and turn around.
Guys, my boys. Wait.
Yes. Okay. Shady.
Oh, I would
you
be
both
so
think you're
breaking
better at
up
sex
right
than the other
now.
person. Ooh. Okay. I want to hear more.
I said yes because I seem to initiate it more, and I feel like I'm always putting myself out there, and I'm always, trying to try new things,
Mad.
even if alcohol is not involved.
Wait.
And you
Whoa.
were kind of just
Okay, there's
passive.
some deeper layers there. Let's not even.
No one even mentioned alcohol. What
Yeah,
the
no one did.
fuck?
This is they've got some other things going on.
What happened?
In the moment, and I don't mind it. But I would like
Look
more
at that look.
initiative.
I will say that you do definitely have more of the initiative side now.
Oh yeah, look at him. Yeah, she
But
does.
I think that the act of
Wow, this guy's rubbing his hands.
the act of lovemaking, I have
This
pretty
is gonna make
pretty
or break
down.
some
But to
couples.
be fair, I'm a lot easier, and you are a lot more difficult.
What do you mean he's more difficult?
He's more difficult to make finish.
It takes a
It
while.
takes a long time.
Oh man.
Oh, and then she
That's a
said
lot of
alcohol.
work for
Oh, bada bing, bada boom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Whiskey dick.
Whiskey
Alcoholic.
dick,
I'm
alcohol.
assuming you have been psychoanalyzed.
Oh
Boom.
yeah, this is great. Yeah, that was easy.
If she was better at it, would it last a shorter amount of time?
Yes. When we first started dating, it definitely was much shorter because it was new, it was fun,
Oh,
What,
less
younger?
alcohol, dude. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
were you younger?
and not that it's bad or anything like that, but like it's now I found my groove, and it's just takes me a while.
Maybe is that why you don't
Oh
initiate?
yeah, bro.
Because it's not as good as maybe it once was?
No, that's not why.
Well, maybe get out of the groove and try new things with me and do what I want to do, and we won't have this problem.
Okay.
See,
okay.
now
This
I'm
is why you
feeling
have
awkward.
like
I don't want to watch
sex,
this.
and
couple
I
show.
I want it to be more
Sex.
intimate.
What is sex?
What you see on porn or something, or like in movies. I want it to feel like he loves me. I don't want it to just feel like he wants to f me.
I see.
I want maybe a balance of both. I do feel like I'm kind of more the open.
Yes, foreplay is important.
Foreplay is
Yeah, did that make you feel something? Oh.
if I'm into it, I'm ready to go. But it depends. It depends. There are so many factors because a woman's cycle changes 4 times throughout the month with the hormones of whatever the level is. And there are certain times of the month that I can just boom, be ready. And then there's other times of the month where there's more foreplay needs to be involved. But a lot of it's like, it really depends on the person and the couple. I think if I'm in a fresher, newer relationship, it's much easier to get aroused than say a relationship that's gone on a while. You have to keep it
Obviously.
fresh. Yeah.
At that point, love is a choice, and then
Love is a
intimacy.
Yeah.
When it comes to intimacy, you gotta get creative.
You gotta keep it fresh.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Date your partner, date your spouse. When you stop dating your partner, whatever, if you're married, if you're dating for a long time, whatever it is, if you're past the honeymoon phase, you're past that 1-year mark, and you are not taking your partner out on dates, you potentially risk losing your partner, whether it be an
My bad.
actual separation
No, true.
or
My bad. I've
a
done that.
mental
I've done
separation.
that. My bad.
Huh?
I literally got lazy. No, I didn't get lazy. I was distracted.
I've gotten distracted. I mean, that's a very normal thing. It's a very normal. I mean, I was in a 7-year relationship before this, and it got stale, and that ultimately was one of the factors that it ended, because I was not being taken out on dates anymore. I was not being shown love anymore, so I felt discarded.
If you're not growing, you're dying.
Yeah, it's true. It
And
becomes
it
humbling.
applies to when you're in a partnership as well.
Mhm.
If the partnership is not, it doesn't feel like there's
Right,
like
it's
any sort
driving.
of like dynamic change. Like it just, it's a wave. Like it has its ups and downs, but then if it,
The purgatory of the mundane. People, keep your partners excited about, and the bedroom is the last place. Let's be real.
yes,
The bedroom is it's where
everything else is foreplay.
everything else is foreplay. Foreplay looks like, hey babe, can I take you out to dinner tonight? You worked really hard on that project and you accomplished a big goal, and I just see you thriving, and I would love to take you to dinner.
Even if you told me that, I'll be like, oh damn,
Right? I mean, it's simple things, people. It doesn't have to be extravagant. It doesn't even have to be a big dinner. Say you're exhausted from your day and you have been putting in hours, and you come home to a home cooked meal. How does that make you feel? Something is simple.
that sigh inside me is like,
It's a simple gesture. And that's where I think we lose our partners. It is coming up on the hour pretty soon. So
I know.
This conversation, this is a good one. This hits. This hits.
All right. We'll finish up over here. Okay. 2 choices. This is going to be the final.
Okay.
Do we talk about my family approves of my partner, or there is a political issue that my partner and I will never agree on?
Oh, let's do the politics. We don't get to talk about it much on here. Let's do it.
Or agree on.
But
There's a political issue that my partner and I will never agree on. Turn around. Okay.
Whoa.
Anthony.
Wait.
What's going on?
2, 3.
What's interesting about this question
is they aren't aligning. Like, you see one say yes and the other one has no idea that there's a problem.
only one couple is aligned with
Yeah. Is there?
is aligned, like they both say no.
Oh yeah, no. But like there's
But everyone else, politics. So what I find so interesting about politics, someone who's this is a meme right here. I've been interested in politics from a very young age. That's all you need to know about me. Politics is social behavior and the study of what it means to be free. What it means to be free in a society. What it means to be with each other and work together towards certain goals. And not everyone agrees. It is an inevitability of our species until there are systems or things that we consume and less people get involved in politics. When there's less people involved in politics, it lets a smaller group of people have more power and authority and can push it towards technology. And then we have AI, but that's just me being a tinfoil hat man at that point. Like,
just don't wear a tinfoil hat in the bedroom, Kai, and you'll be fine.
oh, I will only do it if she asks.
You never know. You never know.
Your thoughts? Yeah, politics. That's political disagreements in a relationship.
I think it's okay to have differences of opinion. I think it's actually healthy to have a differences of opinion in a variety of aspects in a relationship, because it creates for opportunities to understand a perspective that's not your own. However, there are times of where that separation, if it's too vast, it's going to cause some challenges, as well as it depends on the extended family dynamic of the relation of the political views as well. So I think there's so many facets to this that if nobody's going to be 100% on everything as a couple, you're going to have differences. That's the beautiful thing, and it's how you work around those. Are you open to hearing your partner's side?
Yes.
Are you open to hearing the
I mean, you
perspective
should
of
be.
yes, you should be. And then sometimes when those boundaries become taken advantage of or used against another partner from their views or their beliefs or whatever, and thrown back in their face during a time of a discretion or an argument, then when it's used as a weapon, then that's not okay. And that can really cause a lot of strife.
Oh, when you weaponize it in the
When you
relationship.
weaponize a person's perspective, that is going to cause an immediate wall. That is going to cause an immediate scar on your relationship, because now you are jabbing at something that they feel deeply for, and you're weaponizing that. That is where the problem comes in. People can have differences. We all have differences. Kai, you and I have so much in common, but I'm sure we have differences.
Oh yeah, I already know we have.
You know what I mean?
differences.
Oh yeah, we totally
But I
do.
have so much love for you.
I have so much love for you. I love you more than yeah, you know that.
Yeah.
But there's if I were to say,
Likewise.
take something you tell me in an intimate discussion that is true to your heart, and we have a difference, and I'm like, oh, that I understand where you're coming from, I see your perspective, and then in a fight later on weaponize that is not okay. That is not okay in my book. That for me is one of the most hurtful forms. I have told people that hurts me more than cheating on me, because if you're going to take who I am and say you're okay with it, and then when it's a fight, you're going to throw that back at me as ammo, that is not okay.
I've been in situations where I've failed to fulfill a promise, and it's been used against me. I think I do believe it was just, to be honest. When it comes to closing thoughts here,
Yeah.
what about unfulfilled promises?
Mm-hmm.
To weaponize unfulfilled promises.
It's
because then I mean the other party is they do have a track record of not fulfilling the promise.
Well, and that's where the couple has to have
Figure
a
it out.
real discussion of why are these, if it's becoming a habit, a habitual, why are these promises becoming unfulfilled? What's going on in the relationship that's deeper than the promises? What's going on is why is this happening? And it's not a calling out. It is
a reflection.
It's a reflection. What's the reason? Is there an underlying struggle that is unresolved within the relationship that is causing the strife, that is causing the struggle in the relationship to begin with, to why that person is not then fulfilling the promises they want to keep, but they're feeling they're reserved to keep them, and there's something going on. So I look at it, patterns are a really great way to understand underlying problems, and then if the couple wants to resolve those problems, do the work, and then have a healthy relationship again. So I always look at these as opportunities to let's figure out what's going on here.
Okay. Well,
I know we're up on the hour.
Yeah, and then we're 5 minutes above the hour. if there are any questions, that come to mind when it comes to what would happen in your life if your significant other was more honest with you, or thoughts in your mind with what it means to give somebody a second chance, feel free to comment. I encourage you like and subscribe. And we are going to be setting up a TikTok pretty soon here, and making sure that we are here for you.
We are here for you. We are always here for you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And we hope you enjoy and get a lot out of this. And as always, this is for, would you call it edutainment purposes only?
Edutainment yeah, like we're here to educate and entertain.
And entertain.
We're just here.
We're here for you.
Ask the questions, find the answers. That's what it means to live a life
of humanity.
Again, we're here for you. Y'all take it easy.
Bye, guys.